All right, friends, or friend, we're going to be going over Out of My Mind, chapter 16 today. So can you open your book to page 139? Good. Good. What can you remember from chapter 16? What do you remember?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
You don't? Okay. Okay, you don't remember? Okay. That's fine. So, Melody was on Christmas break. And what did she get? What present did she get over Christmas break?
I think there was a talking computer with some buttons.
Yeah, great. So she got a talking device. Yeah, that's perfect. She got a talking device or a talking computer, and it had buttons to fit her thumbs, which is what she wanted. Great.
Yeah.
Do you remember what else happened?
No, not really. I can't really remember.
It's okay. What happened after Melody went back to school after Christmas break?
Did she show her classmates her computer so she could talk to them?
Yeah, good. She talked to them with her computer. Awesome. So you know what's happening in the book.
A little bit. But I forget sometimes.
It's okay to forget. That's why we have page numbers so we can go back to our work. So today, I think I left an extra copy on your desk. So today, we're going to be writing a paragraph response based on chapter 16, okay? And we're going to use our book to do that. I even put the page number on here for the question to help you find it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to be restating the question and our answer. We're going to be citing evidence. We're going to explain, and we're going to summarize, okay? Now it sounds like a lot, but I'm going to help you with the first part, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, great. You're being a very good listener today, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so what did Claire never think about before?
I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know.
That's okay. We have a lot of tools to help us find the answer, okay?
Yeah.
What?
There's just so much to remember.
About the... I know, there's a lot to remember. So, that first part, on page 1, do you see that first question? What did Claire never think about before Melody used her talking device? Oops, I didn't write that. Do you see that question on the paper?
Yeah.
Is there a page number near it?
Oh, yeah, it's 143. 143.
Yep, 143. So where do you think we're going to find this answer?
On page 143.
Great. So let's turn to that page, 143. Do you think you can find it on your own, or do you think you need me to help you? Do you need me to read it aloud?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll read it aloud. So we're on page 143, and we're in the middle of 143 by Miss Gordon.
Okay.
Miss Gordon nods with encouragement as Catherine passes the printout around so everybody can read my words. Then Catherine tells the class, Melody's Medi-Talker is a combination computer, music player, and speech device. It's got HD, high-tech guts, and it's designed to rock her world and connect you to it. Take time to listen to what she has to say. Claire raises her hand Yes, Claire, Miss Gordon says, a look of warning in her eyes. I'm not trying to be mean, honest, but it never occurred to me that Melody had thoughts in her head. A couple of other kids nod slightly. Did we learn something in that section?
Yes.
What did we hear?
Claire never thought that she had thoughts in her head. Is that right?
Right. Okay, so Claire never thought who had thoughts in their head.
Melody.
Melody, you're right.
Yes.
You're right. So Claire never thought that Melody had thoughts in her head before. Okay? So how are we gonna rephrase this and restate the question? What are we gonna do first? We can use our anchor chart to help us. I know it's out of view, but I'll put it up here.
Oh.
We can use our anchor chart to help us. What's the first thing we're gonna do?
Cross out the question words.
Good. So we're gonna cross out what? Should we cross out? That's not working for me. So should we cross out what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the question word.
That's a question word.
I'm gonna grab, since we're having tech problems, I'm just gonna use my anchor chart here.
Perfect.
Should we cross out what? What else should we cross out? What and
Did.
good. So we're gonna cross out what and did, just like the anchor chart over here. And I will put that back up. Okay, just like the anchor chart here. That should be why. Because I put this up here. You live and learn. Okay, so what and did, and then what else are we gonna say? So we're answering what did Claire never think about Melody before Melody used her talking device. So we crossed out what and did. So what sentence are we gonna make here? Claire never
think about before.
Good. Is it think or thought? Because we're talking about something that already happened. Claire never
Thought.
Good.
Thought.
Claire never thought that what?
Melody used her talking device, or well, she didn't use her. It said she didn't think that she had thoughts in her head.
Yep. She never thought that Melody, would you say had thoughts?
Yeah.
In her head. Good. I made a little mistake here, so I crossed it out. That happens sometimes. So here we go. So here's our sentence. Claire never thought that Melody had thoughts in her head. That's great. Good job, friend. Can you write that down? Are you writing it down already? Awesome. Another pencil for you. You need another pencil because that one's looking dull. Awesome. So now, I'll wait. I know you're still working. Yeah, I'm too excited. Good. And make sure whenever we have a name in a sentence or we have the first letter of the sentence, it's going to be capitalized. Okay?
Okay.
Great.
I'm all done reading up.
You're done? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So now we're going to cite evidence. Do we remember how we cite evidence? Where do we find that? Where do we find the evidence?
In the book.
Yeah, good. In the book. And what page were we on?
We were on 143.
Good. All right, so I want you to open that page up. And I want you to find the answer. On page 143. Put your pencil up when you've got it, okay? And if you need help, let me know.
Okay.
You got it? Okay. Great. So now we're going to turn our page and we're going to use some of our sentence starters. Do you see the sentence starters underneath the cite evidence section here?
Yeah.
In our packet?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
So you can pick one of those. You can either pick on page 143.
Okay.
The text states that the author states, or on page 143, I noticed that. So you can use any of these. And you can't see it, but I also have an anchor chart of it over there.
Okay.
Little
I see.
Okay.
Um,
I know you can see it.
I want to pick on page because that's the shortest one.
Okay, on page, because it's the shortest one, that's fine. So on page 143.
On page 143, the book says that.
The book does say that, but who's talking in that section? Is it Claire or Melody or Miss V?
Well, Claire's talking because she's the one who's trying not to be mean when she's talking about Melody.
Yeah, good. So Claire, so you could say on page 143, Claire says, right?
Hmm.
And then put your quote in.
Okay. So the quote on page 143, do you want me to read it or just write it down?
Can you write? You can read it if you want to me, but you need to write it down.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so it says, I'm not trying to be mean, honest, but it just never, I'm not sure. I need help with this word. It never occurred.
Oh, occurred. Yeah.
Okay.
Occurred to me.
Yes,
That
that Melody had thoughts in her head.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
And then remember what we do when we take a quote out of the book? We don't just write it like a regular sentence. What do we put here?
The talking marks?
Yeah,
Yes,
great. The
we're-
talking marks, the
yeah.
quotation marks.
Okay.
Good, good.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay.
And then you can put your pencil up when you're done. Okay. Keep writing. Keep writing. I know the kids are really distracting out here. So I'm just gonna I can close this. I'm just gonna close this. I know it's really fun to watch them playing kickball, but okay. You good? Oh, we're ready? Awesome. Good job. Now we're going to do the explanation. So this is the part where you tell me, you explain in your own words why Claire never thought, what Claire never thought Melody used before, okay? So you're going to explain it a little bit. We have our quote. You have your answer to the question. Can you explain it to me a little bit?
Well, Claire says that Melody doesn't have thoughts in her head because I think it's because Melody can't talk like the rest of them.
Yeah, that's great. That's a perfect sentence. Can you write that down? Do you remember what you said?
I think so. I think I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Claire said.
We are rock stars with this chapter today.
I am a rock star.
You are a rock star. Good job, Ren. No hurry, okay? Just take your time. Try to write. I know it's hard, but try to write a little bit smaller to fit in the box if you can. If you can't, you can go a little bit out of the box.
Okay. I only went on a little bit.
It's okay if you have to erase it. All right, that's an awesome sentence. Good job. Okay, good job. All right. Ooh, I forgot to explain the sentence starters, but you found them, so we're good. You did that one on your own.
It was
okay.
right underneath, so I just looked at it. So
yeah, yes. You already knew about the sentence starters, so I didn't even have to explain. That's great. All right. So to summarize, do you remember what the summary means? To summarize.
Like everything about the whole story, kind of.
Yeah, well, about your thought, okay? So not the whole story, but you're answering the question, right? You did that already. And then you explained a little bit and you cited evidence. So we're going to take just a little bit from each part and write that in our summary. And it's going to be just your own words, so you don't even need to put the quote in.
Oh.
So you can answer the question again. Let's start with that.
Okay.
And we're going to use some sentence starters. So you can write to summarize, in conclusion, or as you can see. Do you see that on your paper?
Yes.
In the second. Okay.
Yes.
I know we've done
So
this
can
before.
do I pick one?
Yeah, pick one.
Okay.
Whichever one you want.
In conclusion, like I want to pick that one.
Okay. And then you're gonna, I know you did this already, but you're gonna answer the question again in your own words.
Okay. In conclusion, Claire didn't know that Melody had thoughts.
Yeah,
But
you're
Claire wasn't trying to be mean.
Yeah, that's perfect. So Claire didn't know that Melody had thoughts. Good.
And she didn't know that Melody had feelings.
Yeah. And what else did you say before? And she wasn't trying
to be mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
And she didn't
know Melody had feelings because Melody doesn't talk.
Yeah. Very good, because she doesn't talk.
Okay.
Good?
All done.
All right. Awesome. You are such a rock star for chapter 16. I know we read it a couple times, but you are doing great today. Okay? All right, we're almost done. Before we get to the bonus question, I know you see that. I see you pointing at it. Before we get to the bonus question, we're going to do our writing checklist. So grab the second page of your packet. Has a writing checklist right here. I also have an anchor chart over here if it's easier, with your writing checklist on it. And we're gonna first ask ourselves, do my sentences start with a capital letter? So check that. Check all your sentences.
All of my sentences do.
Good. Awesome. Then do my sentences have punctuation at the end? So either a period or an exclamation mark or a question mark if you're asking a question, which I don't think we are.
Okay. Good.
Good. Okay. Awesome. And do my sentences make sense? So I want you to read them back to yourself really quietly if you can, and just think about, do these make sense?
In conclusion, Claire didn't know that we would thoughts. I think all mine make sense. Yes, they make sense.
Good.
They're good.
Awesome. All right, the last one is, did I answer the question, or did I answer all the questions? We have a couple. Did you answer every part of it?
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
I
good.
think I did.
Good. Do you think you're ready for the bonus question?
Yes. Yes.
It looks like we have a little bit of time, so we can do this one.
Yay.
So you've already kind of answered this already, which is great. Do you think Claire will treat Melody differently now that she knows Melody has thoughts in her head? We're at the bottom, the one you were pointing at. Do you think Claire will treat Melody differently now that she knows Melody has thoughts in her head? Was Claire nice to Melody before?
I can't remember.
What do you remember the aquarium? Was Claire nice to Melody when she was at the aquarium?
No, she was being mean, I remember.
Yeah. So, but now she says in the chapter that she never thought that Melody had any thoughts in her head. So did she think that Melody had like feelings? No.
No.
But now she knows she does, right?
Yes. And she also said she wasn't trying to be mean.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe she could, like, I don't know, like she could be nice to her, like, after, since now that she knows she does have thoughts.
Yeah, you're right. So she might be nice to her now that she knows. So how can we write that answer? How can we restate the question to write that answer?
Well, I need to cross out my question word, so I would cross out. I would start with Claire will treat Melody differently now that she knows Melody has thoughts in her head. Yeah, great. That's awesome, friend. Okay. Give yourself a high five, or air five. Air five. Closer, air five. Good job. You did awesome today. Okay. Is it lunchtime?
Let's paper. Okay.